What's up guys, back for another Honkai Star Rail video. In this video we're going to go over some good replacement light cones for the two characters currently out. Now I know this is technically a bit late because they've already been out for just a couple days now, but hey, better late than never, right? Plus, I have seen a few people reignite the doom posting of Acheron needing her light cone, so I was like, okay, hang on, we got to talk about this, just because we don't need the whole, oh, she's like, if you don't have her light cone, she's useless. That's not the case. Her light cone is very, very strong and does enhance her quite a bit, but she by no means needs her light cone. So let's go ahead and jump into replacements. So as you see, I do have Acheron's Light Cone. We're going to go over it really quickly. It says, increase the wearer's crit damage by 36%. When the wearer hits an enemy target, inflicts Mirage Fizzle on the enemy lasting for one turn. Each time the wearer attacks, this effect can only trigger one time on each target. The wearer deals 24 increased damage to targets inflicted with Mirage Fizzle, and the damage dealt by ultimates additionally increases by 24%. So pretty much what this does is increases her damage by a good chunk. Plus, it is actually giving her one extra stack of her ultimate. That is why it is very, very strong. However, you don't need it. It is probably one of the better light cones to get for a DPS. But if you are still saving for Sunday or saving for Ting Yun, or maybe you lost 75-25, or you just don't have Jades at the moment, do not fret. There are a few light cones you can use instead. Now, the first one is going to be this light cone right here. This is a gotcha light cone. As you can see, I've only gotten it once, so I know I've been quite unlucky, but it is currently out on the banner right now. If we go over to Warp and go over to light cones, as you can see, we have the light cone right here, which is pretty nice. They've been doing this for a lot of characters where they put their 4-star option on the banner with their 5-star light cone. So chances are you've probably picked this up if you're trying to go for the light cone, or if you haven't, maybe you can throw a multi and get lucky and get out at one. At Super Position 1, increase the wearer's crit rate by 8%. The wearer deals 24% more crit damage to enemies that are currently slowed or have reduced defense. And then at max, it is 16% crit rate and 48% more crit damage. That is pretty damn good. That's pretty damn good. Now, the 48% crit damage is going to have to be applied to slow or defense lowered enemies. However, you can get that pretty damn easily, especially with running Pela with the Luca Light Cone, right? But anyway, that is going to be the second option. Then you can also run this light cone right here. We're actually just going to grab this one. It's for every debuff the target enemy has, the damage dealt by the wearer increases by 24%. Note, this is the max one. If you have it at level 1, it's going to be 12%. I highly recommend getting this one at 24%. This means that you are going to have, when you have 3 debuffs on the enemy, which is pretty easy with the Acheron team because you're running with one Nihility character along with Acheron, and that is going to be a whopping of 72%. There we go. Yeah, 72% damage dealt, which is pretty damn big, right? That is a good chunk of damage dealt, right? Now, unfortunately, this one, while giving you a good damage dealt buff, you do have to have 3 debuffs on the enemy. So sometimes, you might be in a situation where you haven't applied any yet, and Acheron's, next off the bat, so you have to wait a little bit. Or, you need some crit damage from the light cone, and this one that doesn't give you any. So do keep that in mind. It is very nice when light cones give you crit damage because it can help your build a little bit, not look, too bad. So like I said, do keep that in mind. After that, I highly recommend running those 3, right? I've seen people try to run the Luca Light Cone, and you probably get some luck out of it, but it's better to put this on your Pela so you can get the defense slower and shred by that, and then go from there. But that's pretty much going to be it for Acheron's Light Cone. Unfortunately, she doesn't have a lot of good Light Cones because she is Nihility. Now, when she came out, we actually did not have the Boundless Choreo Light Cone, so it's pretty much just run this or run this. And yeah, that was pretty much it. That is one unfortunate thing about being a character that is so different from the rest in her group of Nihility, right? We're probably going to have future light cones that are also going to be similar to this. Another good example is Firefly. When she came out, her light cone options were pretty much get her light cone or run the free one. Luckily, it was free. Now we have a bunch of options, right? One of those being a oh crap, do I not have it? There's a break effect icon in here somewhere for destruction. I don't think I have it, or I'm tripping. I'm thinking of Hunt. Regardless, luckily this one was free, right? But you get this, you get the gist, right? There are not many light cones for characters who do not use the niche of their class, so that's why Acheron is in a interesting spot. I'm sure we're going to get a lot more crit damage and agility characters in the future, but as of now, she doesn't have too many options. Now, let's talk about Aventurine. Aventurine is in a beautiful place because his light cone is going to be a damage buff for him. However, you don't need it. Heck, I don't even have it, right? And that is completely fine, right? Now, one thing you can do with Aventurine, right, is if you are running him with Acheron, you can give him the Trend of the Useful Market. Every time he gets hit, they get burned, and that's one stack. You could run his Light Cone if you want to do that as well with the whole follow-ups and triggering a debuff. But if you're looking to run him on Acheron's team, which I'm assuming some of you are going to because they're rerunning right now, you're going to want to use this one, right? This one is a 4-star gotcha light cone. If you don't have it maxed, do I have an extra copy? I don't. Am I able to peek at what it looks like without dupes? I'm not. I think the it's like 80%. I could be wrong. I know it's less than 100, which is unfortunate, right? Because you're not always going to proc it, but this one is a pretty damn good light cone regardless, just to get some extra stacks. Plus it also gives him defense, which he scales off of for his shield and his damage, so that is pretty nice. If you don't have this one or don't run him with Acheron, you can run this one right here. This is Jeopard's light cone. It is a 5-star light cone, however you can save up to buy it, and I highly recommend doing that. It's probably the best and only light cone I recommend buying from the shop. This one increases your defense by 24% and your effect hit rate by 24%. Increases the chance of the wearer to be attacked by enemies, and when the enemy attacks you, you gain an extra 24% defense. What this does is gives Aventurine a total of 48% defense almost all times, right? Because he's a preservation unit, he's more likely to get attacked. I do not know the exact percentages, but it is a thing. Plus the extra chance to get hit from the light cone, meaning that they'll hit him and he'll get 2 stacks instead of 1, and then he'll do his follow-up attack, and his shield will get even stronger because you're doing the follow-up attack, and then it'll get even stronger because you get a boost in defense from getting hit. It's just chef's kiss, very good light cone. Now, if you are, maybe not running trend and you don't have Jeopard's light cone, you can use this one right here. This one increases your defense by 24%, and then after entering the battle, increases all types res of all allies by 12%. Pretty much just gives you defense and makes your allies a little bit tankier. Not much else to it, right? Not much. Oh, I do have the light cone res. Oh, it is 100%. I lied. I'm a liar. I'm a fraud. I apologize. I will make an apology video with my cat or dog in the near future. I apologize. It's 100% base chance. My bad. I'm thinking of something else. I'm thinking of the Enshrer one, aren't I? The Luca one. Hang on. I gotta, I gotta make sure I'm not free. I'm not Josh. Yeah, it's 60. This is 100 and this is 6. That's what it was. Okay. I apologize. Getting my light cones mixed up. Regardless, though, this one is okay. The worst more likely to be attack damage taken reduces by 20% just because you want to get more of his stacks from his follow-up. But, I mean, it's not anything crazy. This one also is decent if you're trying to run him as like a DPS because it increases defense. There's actually a lot of light cones, luckily, that increase defense for the preservation group, which is pretty nice. Like, this is the battle pass one, increases the wearer's defense, and then it's like the whole ultimate shenanigans. I'm actually trying to max this out currently. This one is effect res, right? So it doesn't really help. This one is effect res, and then this is defense, right? So there are quite a bit of options for Aventurine. It really just depends on what you need. The best one besides his light cone is going to be the Jeopard one, and then if you're running Acheron / characters who want debuffs, right, you run this one. If not, you pretty much just run this one and call it a day there. But other than that, that's pretty much going to be it for the video of their light cones. Like I said, do apologize for getting this out late. There was just other videos I wanted to make in the meantime. If you guys want different teams you can run them with, let me know in the comments. I think that's pretty much been established by most people at the moment, and I pretty much am only making this because I kept seeing more and more people saying, oh, Acheron, Acheron needed her light cone before, and since she's been power creeped a little bit, she definitely needs it now. It's definitely not the case. Like, obviously it's going to make her a lot stronger, and you're probably going to struggle against certain enemies if you don't have Acheron with her light cone, just because the enemies have gotten a bit stronger. But she by no means absolutely needs it. She's still a absolute good character. But other than that, let me know what light cone you run on your Acheron Aventurine. If you're going for their light cones, if you're skipping their light cones, let me know in the comments. And of course, I'll catch y'all in the next video. Thanks for watching.